mother was that? What did I just watch, man? Was this Mad Max or just random cash grab the movie? I honestly can't tell the difference. Welcome back to Animation Station. I'm your host, Jackson Small. Here we talk about animation as well as TV and movies as well. And we're talking about Furiosa. Alright, let me make this clear. For those of you that haven't watched my Metal Maze Supercut yet, I do really like the Mad Max movies. I really like the first one. I love the second one. Road Warrior is fantastic. And then the third one was bad. Just bad. And then Fury Road, in my opinion, was overrated. So imagine what I would feel when I heard about, we're getting a prequel movie to Fury Road about the main lead female character, Furiosa. Originally played by Charlize Theron, now played by Anya Taylor-Joy, fresh off her success from the Super Mario movie last year. Yeah, I wasn't really all that excited, to be honest with you. I mean, I didn't see the trailers, I only saw some of the marketing, and I only heard all the articles about how it's tanking at the box office. But a lot of people gave me hope that this movie was good because I saw a lot of praise from a lot of really trustworthy sources, like Evan Pohl, Sean Chandler, Zach Pope, all those guys, Austin Burke, all those guys were praising this film to high heaven just like they did with Fury Road. But now that I've seen it, I can say for a fact it is not as good as Fury Road. In fact, it's not even good at all. What I'm about to say is a hot take. But this is another one for the pile of the shitty remakes, reboots, prequels, and sequels of 2024 that is very quickly building up into just a massive dumpster fire. In my opinion, Furiosa as a movie is terrible. It is a terrible movie that forgot the plot, that forgot what made Fury Road work in the first place, and is just nothing more than a shallow, hollow cash grab. Yep, this is not going to be a fun review, and I'm probably about to make a lot of you upset if you haven't left already. So, here's my written review for this movie. And I'm sorry, but it's brutal honesty. If you disagree, that's okay. Just don't be an ass in my comment section, please. Okay? That's all I ask of you. Okay, here's my review of Furiosa. Oh, I'm about to make a lot of you pissed off. Today, I finally watched Furiosa, the latest installment in the Mad Max series, and I went in with high expectations after hearing all the praises thrown at it by many of my fellow critics. So trust me when I say that it pains me to have to tell you this. Furiosa, in my personal opinion, is crap. The story's boring and uninspired. It takes a whole hour to get to the damn plot. The kills suck. The kills in this movie are terrible. Every single one of them. The action is mediocre. The runtime is obnoxious. I mean, whoever thought this should have been 2.5 hours long, I'm sorry, but no. This is an hour and a half at best. Pacing is agonizing. It is so fucking slow. So fucking slow. The first 30 minutes are borderline sleep-inducing. Most of the acting is very poor. Inexcusably so, especially Anya Taylor-Joy herself, who was horribly miscasted as the titular character. I'm sorry, Anya, you are a good, talented actress, but you were not cut out for Furiosa. You are outright bad in this movie. I didn't buy you for a second as the same character that Charlize Theron played in the original. Rewatchability is non-existent. I don't want to watch this again. It was so boring. The directing is average, from the same guy who made Fury Road, by the way. And some of the effects, specifically the green screen, are really bad. Like, this has some of the worst effects I've seen in a big budget blockbuster movie in at least 5 years. Yeah, the effects in this movie are that bad. Not all of them are that bad. Like, the car chase and stuff and the explosions are still fine, but some of the other effects are really, really bad. Especially the green screen is so blatant, so obvious that it makes Spy Kids 3D look more freaking subtle. Yes, I made that reference. Yes, I made that comparison. And yes, I'm being brutally honest. Also, this has gotta be one of the tamest R-rated films I've seen ever, because barely anything happens to justify it at all. Why was this rated R? Why? Barely anything happens. There's barely any gore. There's barely any blood. All the kills are so subdued that you'd think you'd be watching a super censored Friday the 13th movie. Like, what about this justifies the R rating, outside of the swearing? Nothing. There's not even nudity in this movie. Nothing. This should have been PG-13. They cut it like it was PG-13, and yet they gave it an R anyway. I'm sorry, that makes no sense. No sense whatsoever. So, is there anything good here at all? Anything? Yes, there is. And that is Chris Hemsworth as Dementus. He is easily the best part of the movie and is the one new addition to the franchise that I actually really like. His performance was fantastic in the movie and is the one aspect I can fully agree with the critics deserves praise. Like, Chris Hemsworth in this movie, this is one of the best performances of his career. He's intimidating, he's scary, but he's also charming and funny. Like, he nailed his role. He did an amazing job in this movie in this role. And it only makes me sad that I'll never see it again because this movie bored me so badly. I will also say the cinematography is still pretty good, and quite consistent with Fury Road. As well as Lacey Holm, I hope I'm saying that right, Lacey Lackey, I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, who was decent as a Morton Joe in place of Hugh Keys Burns, who was the character in Fury Road. Like, Holm was a decent replacement. He did an okay job as a Morton Joe. But outside of that, I'm sorry to say it, but this is one of the most relentlessly boring movies I've seen so far this year. I do really enjoy the Mad Max series, but this was just a cash-grabbing snoozer that was an absolute chore to sit through. An absolute chore. And outside of Hemsworth's performance, I don't get where any of the praise is coming from. I get it, differing opinions, not everyone's going to think the same, I get it, but just most of the praise of this movie makes no sense to me. Sorry. It's not the worst of these movies because Thunderdome exists. Thunderdome will always be the worst. Thunderdome's absolute abysmal dumpster fire trash. But this, after all the hype and all the build-up, was really damn lousy. Oh, and let me remind you that this got made and released while movies like Coyote vs. Acme and Batgirl got canceled. Has Warner Brothers just lost all their sense of morality? Serious question, by the way, because it just seems like they keep making bad decision after bad decision, and they better not fuck up the DC universe for the second time. I'm gonna be livid if they mess up DC a second time. But oh my goodness, was this movie bad? It was terrible. One of the worst movies of the year, I'd say. That's going to be controversial. It's going to make a lot of people upset. But hey, so did my thoughts on friggin' Avatar 2, apparently, because I still get a lot of it in my comments section for that crap. Even though I was brutally honest and I said that movie was bad, because I thought it was bad. You're allowed to think differently if you want to think differently. So that's going to bring us now to the final verdict for Furiosa. And in my opinion, it's a 3 out of 10. It's a 3. I'm sorry to everyone involved. I'm sure you guys were trying, but this deserved to bomb. It feels like a streaming movie at best, and even then, I don't think it's worth it. Just skip it and watch Fury Road again. That's my recommendation. Well, that was depressing. Thankfully, the last 2 movies I get to review today are actually really good, so thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't hate me for this, it's just my opinion. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more videos like this almost every single day, though I will not blame you if any of you leave because of me being too brutally honest with my opinion. I can understand that. But just please be respectful, okay? That's the only thing I ask of you. Be respectful. Okay? Okay. That's going to do it for this review. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time for Jim Henson Idea Man.
We cannot take it anymore. The time has come to go. Prepare, fight, we're ready for